Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Michael Walters Show. This is our segment, Creative Conversations. Today's guests are David and Ava Eckstein-Schoemann. How you guys doing?
Hi, we're
Hello.
good. How are you?
Good. How about you? Thanks so much for coming on to this channel. I've been very excited to talk with you guys.
Yeah, we're so excited too.
So, with any story, I like to always start from the beginning. Where are you guys from? Have you always lived in Florida?
Yes, we've always lived in Florida.
Well, she
Yeah,
has, she's the youngest.
I
she's the
have. He
youngest.
hasn't.
I was born in Washington, D.C. in 1998. I lived there for a year and then we moved down here.
I have
Nice.
four, I have four kids, and we had them in all four cities we ever lived in.
Mhm.
Four.
So,
What are the three?
my oldest, Katerina, was born in Gainesville when my husband and I were finishing up law school. So she was born at Shands Teaching Hospital in Gainesville, Florida, on the campus of the University of Florida. Then my husband got a job working in Washington, D.C., and our son was born at George Washington uh, Hospital. And then we moved to Tampa, and then our son Kenny was born at Tampa General, and then we moved back to Orlando, which where I was born and raised. And she was born at Arnold Palmer Hospital in Orlando. So,
Yep, so I'm the youngest.
yes.
We are going to sense the magic in a little bit, but first, I'd like to know what was your earliest Disney movie memory and or the first time you guys visited Disney parks?
Ugh.
My earliest Disney movie memory was from VHS. We watched a lot of the classic films like Snow White, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast. Then eventually we got into Aladdin, Lion King, and a lot of the other Pixar stuff like Toy Story and Monsters Inc. As for Disney park memory, the first time I remember going to a Disney park was waking up in my stroller when crossing from Tomorrowland to Fantasyland. And let me tell you, I was mortified where I was. I had no idea where I was. I had no idea what was going on around me. But the more times I went, the more time I adjusted to it.
Awesome. Which leads me to my next question. Actually, next question is for David. True or false? You worked on a certain Star Wars attraction called Rise of the Resistance. How was that experience like for you?
That is 100% true. I did work there for about 10 months.
Awesome. What was it like? How they, yeah.
It was very complex, but it was a lot of fun. Like a lot of things going on at once, learning a lot of different positions, like interacting with multiple types of people. There were complications at times. Okay, a lot of times, but it was a lot of fun.
Glad. So, which leads me to the next question of your channel, Sense the Magic. So, when did Sense the Magic first begin for you guys?
For us, we started working on it about early July. It was actually, we came up with the idea right before we went on a trip to Disneyland in California. So we started everything with content over there, and we were just aimlessly filming everything, hoping that we could use it in the future. But we didn't start posting until late July, almost early August. So that was when we started.
Awesome. So, in your experience, what specific combinations have you found to be the most helpful for individuals who are neurodivergent visiting the parks?
Make a plan.
Yeah, 100%. It's making a plan, setting expectations, but also understanding that those expectations are probably not going to be met, but it helps you get there. And then once you're there, you have to just go with the flow.
Right.
Yeah, I
And
remember myself going to the parks myself. But your
yes,
channel is very inspiring for a whole bunch of different people, especially myself as a person who also has autism. And whenever I look at your channel, and it's very inspiring for me as well. I also read that you guys have a website and you're also authors with your dad, Peter. So tell us about how that got started.
Goodness, that
Yeah,
started
that's a
like
long
so
time.
long
that
That
ago.
was
was,
in 2010.
Yeah,
yeah.
my dad started writing a science fiction series in 2010. We were all like, I was too little to even understand what was going on, but I would make him read it to me.
We were in vacation in California while he was back home, like brainstorming
Yeah, he was
ideas.
writing. And then when about
Well, you know what the purpose was?
What was
Because
that?
at the time, David was 12 and Kenny was 10, and they're both on the spectrum. And my husband wanted to create a legacy for them, something that if ever they needed a lot of people with autism or either not employed or underemployed, and the best bet would be to start your own business. So my husband thought, since they were so interested and loving writing and
Storytelling.
storytelling
Yeah,
and
art.
Disney and art, and like their first words were SpongeBob and Barney. It wasn't mom or dad. It was a character or something.
Yeah.
So it was kind of interesting the way they love to learn through um, cartoons. And in fact, you asked what was the first movie. David watched a Winnie the Pooh video, probably about two or three, and he memorized the whole dialogue. And he used to, in his own little language, like say the whole story of Winnie the Pooh. It was kind of interesting when he was little. So
Mhm.
Wow, I had a very similar experience with Blue's Clues as a kid. My mom always used to tell me I would write before I would even speak, and she thinks I always had the bug since before I was born.
Yeah.
oh, well, David had this thing he used to do when he was little. He used to go like this. And one day it happened. He did it in front of me during the the Blues Clues. They had a movie, and Mailbox was doing a comedy act, and
Oh yeah, I remember that.
remember he runs out. I can stand on stage for all you folks and make you laugh at all my jokes, and then he'd open his lid, go Mailbox glow. So he used to do that all the time.
Really?
He loved Blues Clues.
Yeah.
Definitely,
He does
definitely,
love the Blue's Clues. Especially
Yeah.
definitely.
that recent movie where all three hosts came together.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Got a chance to see it? That movie? That one?
I saw bits and pieces of it. It looks really good from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first host I almost met at New York Comic Con about 3 years ago.
Steve?
Yeah, Steve. Steve I almost met at Comic Con years ago, but his line almost out the door. So
Oh, I can
Oh,
imagine.
Oh wow.
yeah, usually
We we
usually high
love
profile guests are like that.
we love Steve.
So um so lastly for the channel, do you guys tease anything? You have anything coming up for are there on Sense the Magic or a novel coming up or anything like that for you guys? What's next for you guys?
We have so much in store. Obviously, we're going to continue with Sense of Magic, but we're a production and publication company, so we are going into making short films, and we have a bunch of other books in store to be published. So we have so many things coming up.
Yeah, a
Oh
lot to
yeah.
come.
Where can people find out more about this information?
On our website, eckschoe.com, ECKSCHOE.com.
Awesome. Thanks so much for coming on the channel, guys. David, Ava, and Christine, thanks so much for coming on. Everyone, thanks for listening in, and hopefully see you next time. And everyone, take care.
Yes, thank
Yep.
you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Take care, everyone.